sec. Let me get my recording thing set.
Yes, it's apparently mine's complete garbage right now.
How long do these things normally last?
Half
About
hour,
30
an hour
minutes.
usually, but we can.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem.
How's your Christmas, dude?
You talking to me?
Yeah, sorry, how's your Christmas?
Oh, yeah, man, it's awesome. Yeah, really, really good. Thank you.
Nice.
And yourself?
Fairly odd, just saving up money, to be honest.
Oh, yeah? For what, moving out?
Yes. No, I'm saving up for a convention, hopefully.
Oh, nice. You don't get many of those in the UK.
Nice.
Oh,
No.
are you from the UK, sir? Or
Yeah, I'm
Touched
from the UK, yeah.
I guess only a Brit can spot other Brits.
Wonderful. So here, I'll get this started here. This is... Jesus, I already forgot what the hell I was going to say. Wonderful. This is FNGR. Welcome you all to Limbo Podcast, joined by the following co-hosts. DrakeVagabond.
Yeah,
Drake?
so-
Is he? Oh, there he is. Deckard Spade.
This is shit.
How you doing?
Y2K Toon Kritic.
what up?
British Ninja.
Merry after Christmas. Oh,
Wonderful. And this week's King of Limbo, DJ Slope. Did I get it right?
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Wonderful. I appreciate your patience, sir, for all the bumbling and tomfoolery.
That's all good, man. That's all good.
You've done about 6 videos, possibly more, on Guru Larry's channel. Did he offer you any guidelines, anything imposed on you that you had to reconsider that you normally wouldn't have to for your channel?
Oh, wow. Oh, sure, you know. I mean, he's definitely given me advice along the way, you know. I mean, he has given me advice along the way. Not for particularly his channel. I mean, down to little things like the title cards and, you know, like how we should name something. Or sometimes I give him previews of what I'm working on and he says, oh, you said this thing wrong, or you repeated yourself here, or, you know, little things, you know, that sort of stuff. But, you know, yeah, little bits and bobs here and there.
What inspires you as a creator of content?
Originally, it was because there wasn't enough people doing the content that I liked to watch. I was literally, basically, I was just scouring all of YouTube and anywhere else I could find to try and any kind of... After I moved off the, you know, the funny, angry, everyone's angry at video games sort of YouTubing sort of stuff, I wanted to find like slightly comedy style, but more documentary and things about stuff that I didn't know. And that's what I wanted to find out more about. And that's what I strive to continuously show people. I try and make the best of a particular franchise. Yeah. If you wanna go and find something out about Crazy Taxi, I'd like to think that my video is going to be a really good video about Crazy Taxi or Streets of Rage or, you know, whatever subject I'm covering.
You know what? That's actually pretty cool, because I see a lot of people say, oh, this content's rubbish, and it's like, well, why don't you try and do something about it then? Why don't you go out there and try and make your own version, how you want your vision of what you think people should watch or stuff like that. That's cool.
Exactly. And you've got obviously, you know, I've taken inspiration from other people, but I have tried to make it my own, and I feel like I've brought a bit of unique in a very crowded space. Absolutely.
You were mentioning before, terribly sorry if I butted anyone off there.
No, that's cool, man.
Who's someone's style in the gaming community, if that's what you would consider it, similar perhaps, or at least in your general ballpark, who you don't entirely understand their approach? Because you even mentioned earlier, they're like, I didn't like this, and this. If you don't want to name drop anyone specifically.
No, that's fine. Okay, so there are... Who do I not like? Okay, so I don't know. There are channels out there. I won't say them. I'm sure if you look through back streams where I've accidentally let it slip or something, you know, you probably find out who they are. But there are channels that I don't understand how they're popular, but there is literally one or two. I have names in my head, you know. But I mean, you know, people rag on, you know, maybe Metal Jesus, or people rag on Angry Video Game Nerd and all these like ridiculously high, PewDiePie, anyone. But you know, if I go and watch these people, I can see why they're popular. They may not be my style, but I completely see all of those people are good in their own right, absolutely brilliant in their own right. I don't want to name names, but yeah, there are a couple of people. I'm like, what? How are you popular?
You did that very maturely, sir. Your channel goes back to 2011, but your videos are only about 2 years old. Did you have Did you have any previous work that you took down just for, you know, your editing might have not been up to snuff? And you're like, No, nothing's been taken down, but you will see that there is a channel. I'm sure if you go looking for DJ Slope, it'd be a bit harder now, considering I've got a bit more of a presence on YouTube, but I do have an old channel. I think it's just called DJ Slope, maybe, but that's just mainly taken down videos back when I used to do my DJing of remixes, and I'm, you know, using samples from songs, and YouTube's kicking off and taking them down. But no, the channel, actually, if you look at the URL, is actually called DJ Slope's Room rather than Slope's Game Room, because originally it was
going to be DJ Slopes room. So there'd be Slopes game room, Slopes animation room, Slopes movie room, and all these different rooms, like, you know. And I was thinking I would have the same intro, you know, that sort of upbeat chiptune music with the characters walking along. And then for the movie room, it'd be an upbeat, slightly a bit more cinematic music, the same style, but just cinematically done, with bits from Pulp Fiction going across, or, you know, or movies like that. And then animation would be the same with like Ren and Stimpy and the Simpsons or whoever walking past, you know. And that'd be the original idea. But I always knew that, number one, it would always be down to gaming. So that was one of what I wanted to focus my energy on. And that's one I haven't really tried the others, but I think I'm just going to always stick with gaming if I'm honest. So, but no, the first video I put up got taken down, which was the story of Roland. That got put back up earlier on this year with one literally 2 seconds, I think it was, taken out, which I took from a BBC News broadcast, which they didn't like.
Didn't they have fair dealings over in England?
No. BBC is a little more challenging because people pay money to see the BBC. Like, you know, you have to pay for your television's license for BBC.
Your TV license. Yeah, it's basically, all it is there's a part in the video where I say Alan Sugar, and if you don't know who Alan Sugar is, I'm sure British Ninja does, but, you know, who Alan Sugar is, he's basically the UK apprentice. That's actually really hard because he's British
Donald Trump, but not an arsehole.
Yeah,
that's a little hard to imagine as an American.
Yeah, he's a crazy entrepreneur, and if you look at like back when, you know, America was falling in love with the NES, we were falling in love with home computers, and there was a home computer boom over here, and you had like the Amstrad, and that's Alan Michael Sugar Trading, so Alan Sugar Trading. It's his baby basically, and that was my first console. So I always wanted to make my first video about one of his mate, and that was what that video was all about. But in the bit that got taken down was just a news clipping of him buying Sinclair, and yeah, I just said he bought Sinclair instead of showing the clip where he bought it, and that was it.
It really sucks the amount of copyright shit that goes on. Like,
yeah, it is really bad. There's ways to get around it.
So I noticed that you are a big supporter of Kickstarter. What is okay? This is sort of a two-part question. What's one game that you've proudly either shone light on or supported on Kickstarter? And then the other part of that question: what's the worst Kickstarter you've ever seen?
I'm gonna guess this right. The latter.
Well, I'll tell you what. Worst I've ever seen. Let me think back through those ones. I mean, actually, you know what? Everyone jumps on the whole Yog Ventures, but I think Greedmonger was a lot worse, personally. The Greedmonger one was pretty bad. That was in the first... So I recently just did 3 Kickstarter videos, just kicking off about, you know,
yeah,
how bad it is. And I think the Greedmonger one was probably the worst, but the best, and there are good ones out there. And everyone keeps asking me to do a top 10 best Kickstarters. And I don't know if I'm even going to do that, because I think that sounds incredibly dull.
Yeah, who wants to be positive?
Surely the top 10 best Kickstarter are the ones that have already sort of came out and happened.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, everyone knows what Undertale is. It's not even a thing.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I tell you what. The thing with Kickstarter is I wasn't even angry the fact that I backed Mighty Number 9, and I did. I backed Mighty Number 9, and I'm not angry about it. I'm upset that the game was crap, you know, but I'm no more upset about the fact that I bought Last Guardian, and I'm not really enjoying that. I spent more on Last Guardian than I did with, you know, Mighty Number 9. There's nothing. It's just, I don't know. Like Mighty Number 9, I spent 15 quid. I got updates pretty much every month saying, oh, this is what this character's going to look like, this is the development, blah blah blah. So it still gives a good insight, and I'm happy that I spent 15 quid just to see, even if it was a nice polished version of how it was being made as it happened. So thankfully I've not actually had any bad experiences with Kickstarter. But one game everyone should look out for coming up on Kickstarter, it's still not released, is a game called Rain World, and I am extremely excited about that game.
Did you back it?
Yes, I did back it, yes, and I've recently got in touch with them, and the game's become so popular now, as a pre-release, that it's now being half funded by Adult Swim. So
I saw a trailer for this.
Yeah, it's really, really nice looking. I mean, that's my perfect style of game, you know, that sort of Heart of Darkness, sort of 8 bits, like 16, 32-bit style.
That style kind of reminds me of Owlboy.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, that's one that I'm very much looking forward to. Apparently got 600 rooms in it, so I think it's going to be one game that you'll play through multiple times, and you'll always find a new way of getting to the end, or however it's going to play. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and that's been a fantastic. Even though months and months fall off the calendar before they give you an update, when they do give you an update, they're like, oh, this is how we've worked out the water physics, and this is a new monster we've added, and this is how we get them to interact with other characters. And you know, just to see that, I spent $15, which is like £11, to see this sort of as it's gone along making of, and I think that's brilliant. So even though it may not seem it, I'm actually quite a big Kickstarter follower. And I do think Kickstarters are quite a good thing, but sadly, 9 times out of 10, it's...
I'd say even spotlighting it allows you to sort of say that you support and follow Kickstarters. You know, if you make a video spotlighting a certain Kickstarter, then I'd say that you are getting it out there, you are supporting it in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, I'd tell you what, I was actually surprised. I heard this report and they said that a third of video game Kickstarters come to be any good, and the rest are all just either they don't come out or they fail to meet expectations. So that's not... There's one bit in the Greedmonger segment where I say, the thing is, it's an MMORPG. It's not a puzzle game. It's not a platform game. You know, it's not a puzzle game or, you know, something silly like that. And when I said that, I wanted to show up pictures of an RPG, a successful Kickstarter RPG and a successful puzzle game. And I'm searching. I literally spent an hour looking for one that wasn't failed. There are so many failed Kickstarters. It's unreal.
So your advice to take away from that is not to go fund or kickstart any kind of MMORPG games.
Well, not unless it goes into the millions.
I was going to say, was Darkest Dungeon one of those, I thought?
Not an MMO.
It's an RPG. Yeah.
The RPG games are very popular on there because it's very sort of nostalgic. And MMO is very expensive because you have to make a giant world, loads of models and characters.
Yeah, you need to buy a ton of servers.
I was just listening on this. So, if I may ask sort of a two-part question, sir. How old are you?
I am 32.
Okay, and from what I understand, that you are a gamer. How do you think the game industry has changed as you have grown and matured over the years?
You know, I was thinking about this literally today on one of my on one of my long 40-minute drive home from work where I'm just mind is wandering. Because I've recently just done that crazy taxi video. I was thinking about even what's the Dreamcast? 15, 20 years old maybe? About 20 years old. A game like that would not be able to be released nowadays, and I see that as probably the biggest change, and I think it's down to mobile gaming. Now, if you try and pick up back in the day on the Mega Drive, you could probably buy, you spend 45 quid or whatever on the Terminator, say, and that's a 4-level long game. Can you imagine them releasing that for 40, 50 quid nowadays? That would be a £5 to £10 download, you know, and that's what I see as the biggest, that would be one of the biggest changes. Crazy Taxi, if they release that nowadays, that would be a £10 game. There aren't that many games. Even things like Castlevania, would that be a full price game if it was released nowadays?
Well, there is that knockoff game that the guy behind it is making right now. That was a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, the Bloodstained. Yeah, Bloodstained. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at Mighty Number 9, I mean, obviously Mighty Number 9 is not as good as Mega Man, but
well,
but you know, I mean, even that's what's that, a 15, 20 quid game? You know, and I just see the fact that people's expectations nowadays are so they're royally out there.
Well, there's almost certain limitations. Like, some people can't believe a puzzle game would be released for £40. Like, hang on, I remember there was an example. I'm not sure if it was Overwatch or not, but I remember there was one game that came out and people were outraged that it was £40 just because, I don't know, they thought that it wasn't deserving of that price tag.
That was the Overwatch issue for when it came out. And I know the problem that they had was that they were releasing the deluxe edition at that price, and people were seeing that they weren't advertising the normal edition at all, which was like $10 less than what the other one was.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn there was something else. Hang on. I think Jim Sterling made a video about it a while ago.
But it just seems like an incredible amount is expected of gamers. And the way I see it is there's a game that came out, I don't know, a few years ago called Ori and the Blind Forest, and I'm obsessed with that game. I love that game. And I think that stands shoulder to shoulder against something like Symphony of the Night or maybe Super Metroid or something like that. You know, I think it's that good. In actual fact, I prefer that game over those, which is hard for me to say because I'm a huge fan of Symphony of the Night. But you know, it's like a third of the price. And the amount of love and care and attention that's gone into that game, I literally feel like I'm playing like a Pixar movie or something. It's so good. And it's like a 15, 20 quid game.
I do want to ask you, I mean, you mentioned Crazy Taxi and Streets of Rage. It seems to me like you had a lot of fondness for Sega games in the past.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What's your opinion on Sonic? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Sega has made some interesting decisions as of late, especially when they did that switch from console to software. I do have to ask you, you're familiar with Games Workshop, right?
Yeah, the little minifigures. I know they are, yeah.
what are your thoughts about Sega acquiring the rights for the Warhammer and Warhammer 40k stuff?
It's fine. It's definitely not for me. I'm not the biggest fan of those. But I'd say I played Dawn of War quite a bit. Maybe it's okay. I've got nothing against it at all. Are there strong opinions against that? I mean, if there are, I don't know.
Well, Dawn of War 2 wasn't exactly the best, but I know that they're coming out with the Dawn of War 3 now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be checking that out probably. I probably will. I mean, I haven't really got the fondest. I'm not bothered about the storyline in those sort of games. I just want to build a base and go blow up some shit. That's it, really.
In your Splatterhouse video, you talked about the third game not making a UK release. You ever thought about doing a video, maybe top 10 or top 5 videos that got nicked out of a UK release that robbed you your childhood?
I think that's a bloody good idea. I'm trying to work out some good new top 10, so maybe I'll take that one. Yeah.
I know that Final Fantasy, a lot of them stayed in Japan, so.
Yeah, I do get asked a hell of a lot, to do complete histories on Final Fantasy and stuff like that. And even though I briefly talk about the stories, I think that would be not a fool's errand, but my God, one, I'm not the biggest fan of RPGs. I'm a very arcadey sort of person. Maybe that's my Sega upbringing. Like, that video, one would take about 4 or 5 hours of just constant watch time. And I just don't think I could be able to cover something that enormous, How
fast is your release schedule?
Weekly, at the moment.
Is there anything,
I try and put videos out weekly.
Is there anything that's prevented you from doing a passion project just because of that? It's something that you need more time?
Yeah. The Streets of Rage video was the first one to really blow up, and I wasn't expecting that. And that was when I was putting out videos once a month. And I thought to myself, I'm not good enough yet to do Splatterhouse, because I knew I found the comic and I wanted to animate it and all this other stuff. And then basically anyone out there that's, in the same boat that wants to, make videos or whatever, just get there and do it and push yourself so much to try out new things, because that's exactly what I did with that Splatterhouse one. I thought, right, I'm going to do it. And I just did it, and that I remember that really put me off ever releasing that video. But then finally, when I was like, right, I'm going to give myself 10 days to make this video, let's just go. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. So, yeah.
Are you talking about the re-release that they did, or are we talking about the classic version?
I mean, I don't know if you saw the video, but basically there's a bit at the beginning where I say that, who was it? Maybe it was TTI. It was for the CD32, I think it was. But basically they made an advertisement, in a comic advertisement, and I wanted to animate the comic. I wanted things to move around in the comic when you zoom into panels, and I wanted stuff to move about, and I just couldn't. I was so scared about editing that and making that look good. But like I say, you just got to push yourself and learn how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. And I finally sussed it out and got it done within 10 days. That whole video was done. And yeah, like I say, that was one video that put me off wanting to make it, because I was so scared about how to make that one segment. But I finally thouought, fuck it, I'm going to go do it. And yeah, there you go.
Speaking of Splatterhouse, does anything in gaming shock you anymore?
The VR does.
Really?
The VR does. I've got a VR. Literally, it's there, right there.
Shocks
above my head. The Rush of Blood game. I don't know if anyone's got that.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's the Until Dawn game, isn't it?
Yeah, Until Dawn. I haven't completed that game. That game is so scary. My God, that game is scary. It's not like when I was a kid and there was something, coming at me in Duke Nukem, or a little something in the first Resident Evil game, or something that made me jump, or like I say, Splatterhouse. But that game is so scary. It is horrible to play.
The original or the VR game?
The VR game. The VR. Yeah.
Well, Deckard, you got a VR headset. You go check that out.
Oh, well, I haven't played it myself. I know my brother actually has it as well, and he's told me about that. That one's the one with the clowns and stuff on the roller coaster, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a haunted house ride, essentially, with mixed in shooting gallery.
And I don't do clowns. I'm sorry.
Well, now we know, Deckard.
All right.
Going back to what you said earlier, I mean, that is a better House of the Dead game. Back in the Dreamcast days, you could buy, even Xbox, you could buy House of the Dead. That's a 40 quid game. And now that game is like 10, 15 pounds. And it's better than those games.
You mean Bloodrush?
Yeah, Bloodrush. Yeah, Bloodrush is
I feel like, sorry to interrupt you, I feel like virtual reality, because it's such an unknown territory for game releases, we don't know whether or not we should be releasing games for that much price with virtual reality, considering that the console itself is extortionate.
Yeah, it's. I'm not angry about my purchase, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, please release some stuff. Christmas is around the corner, they're going to release something big then. Oh, Robinson the Journey, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, I feel like as more and more people sort of step out and test out what the technology can do and get past. If it's one thing I want to see VR games do, you. Sorry to sort of go on a tangent. It's kind of like to move away from the gimmick of VR and instead use VR as an improvement to the game rather than just say, oh, hey, it's a VR thing.
Yeah,
it's I think
exactly. You need that exciting gimmicky thing to begin with. But then, okay, I'm over and done with that now. Let's actually make something incredible.
Let's find a game concept that's actually enhanced by having VR instead of just having VR be this one. Oh, hey, that's a neat little thing on the side.
Hey, I mean, I'm a big fan of like third-person sort of games. So looking down at a character running around like GTA, maybe make GTA. Give me the character right in front of me. I don't want to see through their eyes or anything like that. Just give me that right in front of me. But I want the world to be just literally limitless around me.
Wow.
I want my head to be the camera and me just to play the game like normal, and that is literally it. But will they do that?
I could see that working in some ways.
There have been some rumors about them implementing some of the games that exist, like MMOs. I would especially love to see them actually do that with. They said that they had a tech demo for Final Fantasy 14 that came out, so they may have the technology on the way.
Yeah. And also thinking about it, if you did a sort of top-down RTS games, I think they would be quite good because you could look down on a huge playing field, perhaps. I mean, I don't know, just spitballing.
Now, of course, you are a proud father. What is the one game that you can't wait to play with your son?
Oh man, I don't know, something co-op like. I mean, probably gimmicky. I'm not the biggest fan of Lego games, but if I did some cool little platformer Lego game, what else? What other ones are there? Classic platformer. What's co-op? Do you remember?
Mario?
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe the Mario game for the Wii U. That'd be quite cool. Because I don't think racing would be straight away. I just want to see a cool little cooperative platform.
Something you can both have fun with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No Double Dragon with the kid.
Oh man, that would be good though. I want to play through Streets
Mortal
of
Kombat.
Hey,
Mortal.
if you go back and play one of the old ones,
It's
it'll
the
be
best
like,
bonding game ever.
Yeah. You mentioned you were concerned, I think, when you were saying this is just my opinion when you were talking about some of the Double Dragon games, and I appreciate your honesty. Has there ever been any fan base that didn't want your thoughts? Any fan backlashes? Any of your videos that took the most, resistance from, overzealous fans?
Well, Double Dragon, start there. I skipped over the GBA game. So yeah, and the screen's too small for that one. Moving on. And that's pretty much all I said.
Oh.
But I didn't realise that how loved that GBA boy is. People absolutely love it. Oh my God, how did you go? There's got to be 100 comments on there. Like, how did you do that? How did you do that? And I don't know if you guys know Ashens, the popular YouTuber Ashens.
Yeah, I know Ashens.
Yeah, like 1 million subscribers. I started chatting to him around this time, and he goes, yeah, it was a really good video, except for the fact that you didn't like the GBA game. I'm like, oh my God, it's great. And I didn't realise how many people loved that version of the game. I mean, it happens on most games. I mean, I didn't realise there was so much love for the phone port of Crazy Taxi. Like, oh my God, check out the iOS game again, check it out again. Absolutely loving it. And when you make a review on a game, you're always going to have people like, you didn't play it enough. Well, after playing it 4 hours, if I still don't like it, then I'm going to waste any more time. But yeah.
You know what? You need to save that for like a 1,000 subscribers, especially, I don't know, 30,000 subs. You revisit that game and do a complete review of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something I want to start doing next year, is I want to start doing a few more live streams. Not like as a regular thing. I definitely don't want that to take over on my channel, but maybe, right, now's my time to go look at the GBA copy of, Double Dragon or anything else like that. The Splatterhouse video, for instance, a lot of people, the 2010 copy was crap, or the number 3 was crap, or something like that. Or people were saying that, how can you hate on Streets of Rage 3 so much, and how can you hate on Golden Axe 3 so much? You get it on loads of comments, but I welcome comments like that. I really do, because isn't it like, it's brilliant when you're speaking to someone that loves a game and you don't, but you get into really good conversations with each other. Like, I think that's what I love so much. I absolutely adore that. I'm not a fan of GoldenEye, but I'll sit and chat to someone about GoldenEye forever. I think that's a really cool conversation to have.
Okay, what's your favorite aspect about games?
I don't know the answer. I just love playing them. I think they're fun. I mean, every game's different, whether it's trying to get like a high score, or just trying to get a massive collectathon in, the latest Infamous game or something like. I don't know. I just find them really fun. But I mean, for instance, okay, so looking at Batman Arkam Asylum, I know that they're never going to make a movie as good as that game. In my opinion, on how Batman should be portrayed, and that game just blew me away with how sucked into that world that you get. You want to play as Batman, you want to be as Batman, you want want to, you know, do all that sort of stuff as Batman, and you can't get that experience of, and even if they did make a movie that good, it would never get you sucked into that world as much as, you know, that game does. Perhaps that, I don't really know. I just enjoy games a lot. Every game's different, isn't it? You know,
as a content creator, what keeps you motivated, and conversely, what makes you lose motivation the fastest?
The hardest part is to start a new video. Like, oh man, I can't be bothered to start this next video. But then when I'm a minute or two into the as a finished part of an edit, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm really sucked in now. Originally, it was just to try and make the best video I could on, you know, Streets of Rage, or the best video I could on Golden Axe, or whatever it may be. But now I've got I give myself a deadline. It has become, even though I don't earn what I should in an actual job, it is something I look at as a job. That I give myself deadlines. You know, I say to myself, okay, on this day I want to hit social media like really well, and this day I want to do this and this. You know, I actually do look at it like I've almost got a marketing plan for my channel, even though I never look at it. You know, I don't sit there and go, I'm going to make a marketing plan. I technically have one. I'm just so motivated to constantly grow it and get more people talking on my channel, so I can reply back to them and build that subscriber number up and build the view number up, get people chatting to me on Twitter. I just adore talking to people about games, and you know, people are coming to me now to talk about it. I think that's awesome. So maybe that's my motivation. rambling.
No, you're doing.
No, that was quite profound.
Yeah. There's a lot of times where you'll answer one of these, and I'll look back at one of these questions and going, I'm not going to waste this time with that garbage now.
No, man, I'm enjoying it.
All right.
You guys don't mind me chatting on and not shutting up. I love it.
Well, then I'm going to bring up the Echo video. Yeah, I know. But has there ever been anything else, like at points in time that you mentioned that the one of the female handlers had can't believe I have to say this out loud, a sexual relationship with the dolphin? Did you ever have to go, well, I'm going to take a break from this and go do something else now?
No, man. I tell you what, when I found out about that, those are the most exciting moments, when I'm like, oh, hell yes, no one knows about this. Yeah. And I need to tell the world this. I need to tell them this.
The world must know of this sexual relationship with a dolphin.
With this dolphin.
What's quite funny about that is that video blew me away, because I actually had the creator of Echo the Dolphin, Ed Annunziata, actually comment on the video. I'm like, what? That's amazing. So I talk about him in there and how he was inspired by a woman that had, you know, played with dolphins or whatever. And he messaged me and stuff like that. He wanted a picture that I used in there, and it wasn't one of my pictures. It was from DeviantArt. But he wanted a picture, and he also said, I didn't know all of this. And I made sure, I knew that was probably the case. That's what I said in the video. Now I'm sure Ed Annunziata didn't know everything that went on, but the inspirations did still come from this, and he has said it. But he basically just backed up what I thought, you know. But that was quite cool. That was cool. I tell you what, I am begging and aching for more really trippy, cool videos like about that sort of stuff. I find that sort of thing so interesting.
I'm dying to know, have you covered any other kind of games where, I don't know, freaking anything half as crazy as the stuff that you learned from the Echo? I don't know, somebody else that thought that aliens were controlling the world, or any of the other facts.
Any really cool thing. I say, there's one that I'm going to be doing. I'm just collecting as much information as I can from it. There's one, you've obviously, I mean, okay, so what's really cool is you get a game that's really popular, like Echo the Dolphin, and then you show people this ridiculous story that no one ever knew. Actually, you know, the completely fucked up inspiration behind Echo the Dolphin. Now everyone knows about Seaman, the Dreamcast game, but no one knows
that
about.
Is that the one with Leonard Nimoy?
Yeah.
God damn it! I know that game.
I remember that.
Where he's a fish, and it's just so weird.
Goddamn terrifying is what it is.
Oh, nightmare! I gave my brother nightmares. Oh my God.
It is a creepy, weird game, and you're just shouting into your controller, in that little mic, to try and get him to talk to you. And every so often he'll just look at the screen like with a blank stare, like almost through you, and just come towards it. It's a really creepy, weird game. But basically, yeah. There's two roads I can go down this now. I can make a complete history of Seaman, and not many people know it has a sequel, so I can go down that route and talk about that and try and find some kind of faking.
There's a sequel?
There is.
In the game for cards?
There is. There's
I
a sequel on the PlayStation 2. There's a sequel on the PlayStation 2.
Oh dear Lord, that is.
You know what? Japan exclusive. I'm not knowing, but the cool story behind that is Sega actually did a weird marketing campaign where they made up this website where this guy, this adventurer, this sort of Indiana Jones-esque person, went off to try and find like dinosaurs or whatever, and he was updating it like a blog, like we'd take pictures and whatever else, and he found the bones of this ancient fish called Seaman or whatever, and he named it, and it was all about his weird findings, and then people worked out it was all just to promote this new game coming out called Seaman for the Dreamcast. And I find that really interesting. I'd like to do a video on that. I'm trying to get enough information to beef it it up to a nice 10-minute video. At the moment, it's pretty much a 3-minute video. But
So you're saying they advertise with an augmented reality thing?
No, they just update that. They had a blog online, and it was all about this guy's adventures to go and find find some old bones and whatever. And he went out there and he found it, and he found out about this weird fish, and there was all this scientific proof and all that, but it was all bogus. It was all fake, and it was all just to promote this game Seaman. It was coming out for the Dreamcast. And the website's gone now. I mean, I've got most of it archived. So maybe a video of that coming up one day. Maybe.
That's beautiful.
Would love to see that.
You know what I respect? I respect that you're not one of those channels that goes, here's the top 10 shocking stories you didn't know about Seaman, or crazy things you didn't know about Crazy Taxi. Those top 10 annoying things.
Absolutely.
With the red circles on the thumbbals.
Oh, yeah. I'll probably do that for a nice, April Fool's special or something.
April Fool's top 10 things you didn't know about Seaman. But you spell it wrong, so it says Seaman.
Jesus.
Oh, dear.
The complete history of Slopes Game Room, or April Fools or something.
God. I had a thought there and it completely fucked off after that.
But yeah, that's one story I'm holding back. There's another Sega promotion thing that I'm wanting to do as well. Another marketing thing they did, which was really out there, but I'm going to keep that one. Probably get that one up.
Segata Sanshiro.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a video on that before I made a YouTube channel about a guy that just went through all of the adverts, and there's a timeline. They tell a story as they go along. If you start from the first one all the way up to the last one where he dies and goes to space to save from this massive rocket, it's ridiculous.
No.
And I remember seeing that video, and that sort of thing blew my mind. I was like, that's so interesting. And that's the sort of stuff I like to make,
My favorite part is that his one weakness is zombies.
Yeah.
Here's an easy one. What are your thoughts on digital homicide?
Oh boy.
Digital homicide?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Yeah,
okay, cool. We can skip it.
I don't know.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on digital homicide?
Let me answer for him. Well, I'll watch this Sterling, I'll do, and don't particularly care. Sorry.
I am lost.
That's fine. We'll move on to the next one.
It's a dead topic. They went out of business. Don't worry about it. So you're trying to get us sued, British Ninja.
What are your thoughts on Peter Molyneux?
Do you guys know Kim Justice?
Go on.
So go and check out the YouTube channel Kim Justice. She has put up 4 videos that are an hour and a half long each, part 1, 2, 3, 4, all about the complete history of Peter Molyneux. I believe he's nowhere he gets a bit more flack than he probably deserves, but I think I just see him as someone that gets overexcited and talks about games probably way too much and tells them about, it's like me telling you about an idea for a video, but telling you about, I want to do this and I want to get Brad Pitt's going to come in and film this bit with me and getting all excited, and then it comes out and it's like a 5-minute crap special, and that's just basically what happens with Peter Molyneux. I think he gets a bit more,
So for your April Fool's special, you're going to pretend to be Peter Molyneux next year?
Perhaps. Actually, I was editing Peter Molyneux literally 2 days ago, because sometimes I do Larry Bundy's videos, and there's a bit in there.
Quick question about that. Larry seems to have gone missing at good clumps of time. Is he doing all right? He's not, about to pass away, is he?
He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Yeah, no, he's cool. There's nothing to say really. I'm not holding. I promise you, I'm not keeping anything from you guys.
Oh no. If he has cancer,
almost. I talk to him 3 or 4 times a week, literally all the time. Sometimes we just sit there in silence while we're both playing a game. Like, oh, you're right. I fell asleep to that guy literally while I'm chatting to him on Skype once before. I talk to him all the time.
I don't suppose you know whether or not he podcasts or not.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to try and ask about that later. All right. Anybody else?
He's cool. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing going wrong with Larry. I think he's very comfortable. I'm working with him quite a lot, which is good.
If this is the last bit, I want to ask this. What are your hopes for the future of your channel?
For it to non-stop grow, I cannot believe the jump I have had this year. I just decided about November last year that I would make 1 video a week starting from January 1st, like a New Year's resolution sort of thing. And it has exploded. Obviously, I've done the stuff with Larry as well, which has definitely helped. Absolutely, it's helped. And I just want to make 2017 exactly the same as I've done it this year. I've gone from 1,880 subscribers on January 1st to I'm practically I am over now. I'm over 25,000 subscribers in 1 year. So that's such a huge jump, and I love it. I literally crave it. I wake up in the morning and check that sort of stuff and reply to people instantly. Get in the bath and I talk to people. I'm like, reply to people. I love it. So I want to do 2017 like I've done 2016 and just constantly pump it out and make it as good as I can, constantly improve, do all the stuff that, I'm doing right now.
So your sweet spot by, say, 2017 is have 50,000 subs.
I want to exceed 50,000 by 31st of December 2017.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, we'll check back with that. See how you do.
See you in a year, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's been fun. You're an interesting fellow.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers for having me on. That's really
if you had fun, we'd love to have you back sometime.
Absolutely.
Especially
Absolutely. I'll be well up for that.
All right. Excellent. All right. Everyone hit stop record.
Mm-hmm.